Welcome everyone to the premiere edition of Beach Corner on Wasaga Beach TV. I'm Diana Chicky, your entertainment center in the beach. Today on the show, I'm delighted to have back via Skype four-time Canadian Comedy Award nominee, Christel Bartelse. She's an actor, writer, producer, clown, teacher, and comedian. Fresh from the Toronto Fringe Next Stage Festival, where she received rave reviews, Christel is returning to Collingwood with her signature high-energy wit at Simcoe Street Theatre with The Surprise on Saturday, June the 23rd. Doors open at 7:30 with the show at 8 p.m. So nice to see you again, Christel.
So great. Always chatting with you. It's always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
This is a double bill, an evening of comedy with The Surprise, along with Layla Live, the Persian Judy Garland, starring Aizat Edamati. This marks your fifth solo project. The last time you were at Simcoe Street Theatre, you were hosting the Collingwood Cabaret. Tell us about this show, The Surprise. I hear it was conceived as a birthday gift.
Yeah, so I originally created it a couple of years ago, the 10-minute version. What happened was I was set to perform on someone's cabaret, like a late night Saturday thing in Toronto. And it was around the time of my birthday, and I was trying to come up with a new piece. And at the time, I was also taking tap dancing lessons. I have a background in dance, and I was working with my friend and choreographer, Sean Byfield. And I just sort of came up with, what if I did a birthday party, sort of threw myself a birthday party. Something just around birthdays and tap shoes. And that's sort of how it was originally conceived. So I did the 10-minute version. It had a structure, but it was very improvised, and it really depended on the audience. And it just went over really, really well. And I just kind of kept honing it and doing it. And I've done the 10, 15-minute version in many, many different forms and different shows. But in January was the first time it was extended to 30 minutes. But it's a very high energy, interactive piece featuring my clown, Ginger.
The Surprise entails the participation of the audience. How challenging is it when you need to interact with the public?
Well, I think one of the biggest challenges is I think it does put people off. I know there's a lot of people that are afraid of audience participation. But what I'm really proud of is I never intend to make the audience look ridiculous. I'm never out to make someone look like a fool. It's really just supposed to be a fun evening. But what keeps you on your toes, obviously, is every night when you're doing this show, if I have sort of a longer run, every show is different because it's all dependent on the audience or the people that you use. But this is sort of, I don't find anyone's ultimately embarrassed in the show because they're all invited guests at my party. So sort of everyone's in it together. I think what's going to be interesting and the challenge in Collingwood is it's going to be a larger theater and a larger house where I'm used to doing it in more intimate spaces. So I'm kind of excited and maybe a little nervous to see how it's going to go with such, a big variety of guests coming to the party.
How different is this project in comparison to what you have done in the past?
Each show I create, I think there's definitely a thread, and I think I do have like a signature in my work. But I guess what's really unique about this show is, I have a huge background in physical comedy, physical theater, and clowning. But if you've seen my other work, I don't actually wear the red nose, even though I would say that my work is very much Lucille Ball influenced, but I don't wear a clown nose. And this is specifically, it is a clown show. So I think that's one thing that's different. Like I said, I think it's way more interactive with the audience. It's way more improv based. So like I said, there is a structure, but a lot of it is very fresh and on its toes every night. So those are sort of some things that make it different than other styles. And my last show was very much autobiographical and very much me, Christel, telling the story. And again, now I'm sort of in a character again. But the red nose lets you kind of push boundaries and sort of really come out of the fourth wall and really play with the audience.
How important is timing when delivering your lines?
Oh, timing is huge, I think that's something you start figuring out again in front of an audience. I can remember with my show Honeymoon, because I've done that so much, I feel that I've got the timing down really well with that show. Oh, then of course, then you have to be careful not to get sort of locked in kind of a robotic form. But I think timing is key. It's figuring out where where the laugh is going to be and what's going to happen with the audience, delivering the line so that it has, you know, the most punch that it can get. So it is definitely a skill and something you have to work out. And I think we've all seen that when maybe we've seen a stand-up comedian or whatever that maybe has a good joke, but it's just not landing right. So it's just figuring that out.
Clowns are meant to be funny. What are your thoughts with some of the films portraying clowns as scary?
You know, it's funny because even, you know, I enjoy that sometimes. I saw the recent It film and I did like it. I think what I have a problem with is that already clown sort of has a bad rap. There's the fear of clowns. I think that comes from a lot of people have issues in childhood, or they saw, you know, the original It when they were way too young. So I think just my issue with it is that it just continues to give people a bad image or a bad idea of what clowning is. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to, I guess, change and make people realize that it doesn't have to be scary or weird or whatever, that there's actually some beauty in it and that it is funny, and that it's not always what we think of clown, the crazy wigs with the big shoes and the squirty flower. That's not at all, especially what I do. But there's so many other characters that we see in TV or in life or in film that are clown, Lucille Ball being one of them, who's my favorite clown, and just getting people to understand that there's different forms of clowning. Yeah.
Are you pleased with the success you have garnered so far?
Oh, you're so kind. I think we talked, you know, at another interview before, and I'm always like, I don't know. I pictured my life going very differently 10 years ago, but I don't know. That's really nice. I shouldn't be so self-deprecating, but no, I always want more, you know. My life so far has been very much influenced in theater and live performance, and I love that. I'd love to definitely get more into film and TV. Yeah, there's still so much that I want to do. So I guess looking back, sometimes I have to be a little bit kinder to myself and realize everything that I've done and created. But yeah, there's still so much more that I want to do. And, you know, and it's also being careful not to compare yourself to other people and going, oh, they have this. But yeah, I should feel lucky for what I've done. But there's a lot more that I still want to do and that I hope happens. Yeah.
If you could thank someone who made an impact in your life, who would that be?
Wow, that's such a wonderful question. You know, it's almost that there's too many people to thank. I think I've been really grateful that I've had amazing teachers. Definitely, there's so many teachers that have become my mentors that I still work with that have inspired me, that I've taken their teachings from and inspired it to my students. But also, I think my parents, I have to thank them because I feel very fortunate that they've supported me in being able to do this. I work with a lot of students whose parents are very against what they're doing. So, yeah, my dad is a very funny man. I think I get a lot of my sense of humor from him. And my mom's just been the biggest supporter. She comes to all my shows. So, yeah, definitely thank them. And I want to thank Andy Massingham on this show because he helped me create the surprise. And he's one of the best physical performers and clowns that I've worked with, and he's taught me so much. So yeah, I just want to give a thanks and shout out to those people for sure. Yeah.
And where can we find more information?
I'm on social media at Twitter, at Bartelse, same with on Instagram. And then my website is christelbartelse.com, which I need to keep updating. I've just redone the website, but I need to still upload a lot of things, but you can find me there. And then I think there's a direct link to email me or to go on Twitter and all of that. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Christel, for being my guest and wishing you all the best success with the surprise scheduled Saturday, June the 23rd at Simcoe Street Theatre. Doors open at 7:30 with the show at 8 p.m.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, this is a wrap for me. Thank you for watching Beach Corner on Wasaga Beach TV. Until next time, bye-bye, everyone.